Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the fourth chapter in our Next.js tutorial series. Today we're diving into creating layouts and dynamic page routing. If you've been wondering how to structure your app or how to add more pages, then this is the video for you. Let's jump right in. Next.js follow a hierarchy in structuring, starting from the root of our app, that is the src directory. Outside this is all Next setup and configuration, nothing for our app. Inside the src directory, we have the app folder where we design our entire app UI. The public folder is for static assets. We can also add more directories nested within each folder. The most important part of a Next app is the page file. It is the starting point for every route. Treat it as the index. Then we have layout file, which is more like a template or skeleton that wraps the page content. Both these files can have TS, JS, or TSX extension based on Next.js setup. We will work on TSX file structure. So let's start the journey. In Next.js, a layout component is a way to keep a consistent look and feel across multiple pages. For example, you might want to have the same header and footer on every page. This layout.tsx component wraps around the content of each page, providing a consistent header, footer, and overall layout. It's the root layout for our app, although we can create separate layouts for different views or pages. Notice the metadata and layout file. It is a collection set where we can define all necessary contents for the head section of our app. Whether it's the app title, any link assets, CSS files, descriptions, or even icons, we can use metadata for that. Now, let's try creating a custom layout for the tasks page. The major portion will be same. First, create a new directory in app and name it task. Then create a new layout.tsx file inside this task directory. Here, instead of naming the main function root layout, we will call it default task layout. One important thing to remember, only root layout can have HTML and body tags, rest are not allowed for consistency. Here, I've left the metadata unused. It's fine for demonstration, but for better SEO, you must define some data, especially the description and keywords for better targeting and ranking for specific pages. For the content portion, I'll simply create a div that will wrap the children. Let's style this div with some background color. I'm using standard Tailwind class names. If you haven't yet seen our previous styling and CSS video, then must watch it for proper understanding. Now, we have to define some content in the page.tsx file. This is specific for the task page route. In simple words, when a user visits your web app at task path, he will see this page. The layout is just a wrapper for this page. So, let's add some content here. First, define the default export function with the name task, or name it whatever you like. Just be specific for consistency. Then return a div with a heading and a paragraph. That's it. Let's see how it looks in our browser. The content is visible and have a gray background. Let's add some margin to the content. Maybe margin with M4 class should be enough. Let's check it out. Now, let's add a navbar to our app. First, I'll add it in the task layout, then we will move it to the global layout. It's easy, just create a new div element with some list items and style them accordingly. All of this must remain above the children for proper positioning. Let's check out the result. Look, the nav items are clearly visible. Now, move them to the global layout. I want the nav to be seen on all pages. Therefore, global layout must be used here. Notice the place where I placed the navbar. Is it the correct spot? Let's see the result first. Oh, we got an error. Do you know why? You were right. If you notice the placement carefully, you will see that I placed the navbar inside the HTML tag, which is not allowed. We have to put it inside the page body. Therefore, fix this issue by placing the navbar just above the children inside the body tag. Do you want to make the task body bright? Let's change its background to red and make the text white. This layout can be reused across all our pages, keeping things clean and dry. Don't repeat yourself. Next, let's set up dynamic routing. Dynamic routing in Next.js allows you to create pages based on data or parameters. For example, let's create a page that displays details of a specific task when you click on it. First, we'll create an ID folder inside task directory and place a page.tsx file inside it. Notice the special naming pattern here. The name ID is wrapped inside a square bracket. It is there to define a parameter name. For simplicity, I'll copy the same page structure from the task route. Then we will work around getting the ID from parameters. Now, I'll make an interface for the data we receive. Interface is a special data structure in Next that defines the collection with specific data types. We'll learn about it in detail in our future videos. The use of interface is simple. We will assign it as a type to the received parameter in the main function. Then, use its parameter to retrieve the data inside your function body. In our case, we will receive the ID for the URL. Still not showing the ID? Do you know why? Yes, you are right if you find the error in our code. We are calling params directly to get the ID, but the structure has another params property inside it, and that one has the ID. So we can directly fix it by adding one more params in our code. But that's no fun. First, see what is the output of this params parameter. To see the value, we have to console log this parameter. So let's do that. Look in the terminal window below. You can see a map containing params property with ID value and an empty search parameters. In dynamic routing, we always use this params property to get the dynamic part of the path. And to get the attachment values, especially from a get form, we use the search parameters. We'll learn about it in the next video. Now, to get the ID value, should we call ID from this params or a nested params? Let's try both ways. The correct way is to nest a params in the property name. Sorry for the confusing due to wrong naming, but it works as is. Therefore, let's see the working example in the browser. So, it's working fine now. What else to do? Maybe add some more style to the red box. I think make it a little round on the edges. Just put rounded class in the task layout and it will work. Now, let's style the navbar a little bit. Make it look more like a top navbar. To do this, we have to rearrange the list items. Therefore, add a flex class in the unordered list tag along with the textEnter class. This will arrange the list items in a single row, but it doesn't have any spacing. So either add horizontal padding with px class to each item or simple put a gap class in the list tag. Either will work fine. Now that we have our dynamic routes set up, let's link the tasks in our list to their respective detail pages. We'll use the link component provided by Next.js. The collective use of linking and dynamic routing make Next a great tool for large web app projects. Every essential aspect of routing will be handled automatically by Next. We need not configure these values dynamically, so let's start with the task item component. First, import the Next/link library in this file. It will allow the use of link tag in the UI generation. Now replace the paragraph tag that wraps the task text with this link tag. Then add the dynamic URL in its ref parameter. This link tag will be interpreted as an anchor element on final build. It only requires the ref parameter to work, although there are many more options available to work on. This ref parameter is same as that of an anchor tag. Set the URL inside it, and we are done. In our app, we will use dynamic URL pattern with the index value to set the task ID for the path. In this way, we can use this ID to query further details. It will be of great importance when we work with databases. So stay tuned and keep learning. Let's see this in action. When we click on any task in our list, we're taken to a new page with the task details. Right now, it's just placeholder text, but this shows the power of dynamic routing in Next.js. You can easily scale this to display any kind of data you need. Finally, we have reached the end of this video. But before that, have a look on this bonus section. Here we will create a beautiful global footer for our app. So let's start. Add a new div element in the global layout file. Place it just below the children. Set its color to black and make the text white. Then add textEnter class to bring the content in page center. And this will become the footer of our app. We can also add some padding and margin for proper adjustments. In the content, you can add links, texts, copyright values, date time, map, or anything. There are no limit for the usages. Just use your creativity and complete the layout as per your need. Good luck. That's it for today's video. In this chapter, we've built a reusable layout component, set up dynamic routing, and linked our pages together. These features not only make your app more organized, but also set the foundation for more complex and interactive web applications. So, stay tuned and keep coding. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notified of the next chapter. As always, happy coding!